Well, hello and welcome back. Thanks for coming back. We're on the downtown tomb of the King's Avenue. We've just come off the King's Avenue Mall roundabout, where the King's Avenue Mall is situated, and this is Tomb of the King's Avenue. And of course, if your name is Baron John, there's a girl in your life called Baroness Louise. You've got a superstar singing, dancing, prancing daughter known as the Baby Barn Hawk. That's Miss Fern. And there's a man in her life known as Harry the Keeper. Well, this is a very, very familiar area to you. And you've danced and you've pranced in pretty much every karaoke shop on this strip, that's for sure. And we're looking forward to doing it again, hopefully in April, May. There's a rumour afoot that Baroness Louise has been on the Tinternet and she's Googling those flights. Of course, you don't need the holiday accommodation because you've already got an apartment. Coming up next is Alfie T's, isn't it? We've just gone past Alfie T's, or which is just coming up, isn't it? Just coming up, yeah, here we are on the left hand side. That's Alfie T's, and that's a karaoke bar, and that's where, well, shall we say, we scared everyone away, but we all had a good time, that's for sure. And of course, Baron John and Baroness Louise, they like to do a little bit of the old, well, Fergus loves the blues, shall we say. That's, they were doing Deacon Blue. One of the greatest bands, in my opinion, and of course in the Baron and the Baroness's opinion, that has ever graced the earth. Great songs, and well, they'll be in pop culture for a long time, that's for sure. This road is Sherlock Holmes, by the way. Absolutely awful, isn't it? Why would you bother to put a brand new road down and then set the manholes about 3 or 4 foot too low? There we go, rant over anyway. Let's keep going. Coming up next, what's coming up? Venus Beach Hotel, 5-star luxury beachside resort, coming up on the left hand side. Lots of people like it and lots of people keep coming back. And if you want a can of Coke, I don't think they sell Pepsi if your name's Lady Andrea. Right across the road coming up is the Little Supermarket. They sell Coke, they sell their own brand of Coca-Cola, and they sell 1 or 2 other bits and bobs, but none of that terrible stuff called Pepsi. But they do some nice croissants, and if you're feeling very healthy, they do some pure orange juice, which you can fill your own bottle with. Unfortunately, you've got to pay for it, but there we go. That's life, isn't it? What's coming up next? Next is going to be the roundabout as we exit downtown Paphos. On that roundabout is a very good school. It's an international school, and it's called the Aspire School. So, you know, perhaps if you're relocating to Paphos, or going to reside in Paphos for 2 or 3 years, perhaps, well, one of you works abroad and you've got littlies. Well, not that little, but from around about 6 up to about 18 could be a good school for you. You've got the International School of Paphos in Anabargos, and you've got the Aspire School coming up right now on the left. And it's got a good reputation, and an awful lot of expats are sending their children there. What's this idiot doing now? You always got to watch him, haven't you? You never know what he's doing. He's looking this way, he's looking that way, but he's not actually looking at the traffic. He's pondering on, perhaps he's pondering on putting his children into the Aspire School. Come on, Gunbaru, put your foot down and wake up to the world. I know it's early in the morning, but come on, let's keep going. There we are. Red plate means it's probably a tourist. I'm not trying to insult them, but often they drive lackadaisically, shall we say. But at least they're not speeding. And as you notice on this road, there's not many people speeding, because this is one of the most famous roads now for the little camera vans to be located on. And they can be anywhere, because obviously they are mobile, because they're on 4 wheels. But normally they're in exactly the same place. Why? Well, the drivers are creatures of habit, I suppose, and they've worked out if they park here, they only have to walk that way 150 metres and that way 150 metres. What's he on about, you're thinking? Well, the legalities of having a speed camera van in Cyprus, you have to put out a sign either side of the van 150 metres away from the van. So, being as most of us in Cyprus are lazy, let's put it this way, if I was doing that job, I would have parked the van up the first time and then worked out where the mark was for 150 each way and left something to remind me. So therefore my job next time is easier. I think you understand. There we go. Hence why the vans are always parked in exactly the same place. But I fib you not, every single day in Paphos alone those 4 little vans, yes, there's 4 of them, 4 sneaky little chappies wandering around, but those 4 little vans are booking 1,000 motorists a day for speeding, which, you know, all right, they're speeding, but the alarming thing is, remember, the speed limit is 50 kilometers an hour and you're allowed to do 69. Yes, so in other words, there's an awful lot of stupid people driving around in cars. 69 kilometers an hour wasn't fast enough for them in a 50, so they went that little bit faster, and they keep on doing it day after day, and cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. Money, 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 money. If only we could have come up with that idea for ourselves, we could have made a small fortune. Downtown Kisonica, that's what's coming up. This is the Refresh kiosk, 24 hours a day, and well, I think you can see the size of the place. It's a bit more than a kiosk. I would have called it a small supermarket, and guess what? When you walk in there, it is. And if you want a coffee, if your name's Baron John, Baroness Louise, there's Coffee Me, and it's waiting especially for you. This is the St George Crossroads. If you go left, you go straight into the St George Hotel and Spa. And of course, last night we got to meet the Pen Dance crew, and they're having a great time in the hotel and resort. And of course, they're coming down to Paphos every other night, having a great time. And last night they were celebrating a special birthday for Miss Emma, and Mr. Carl had to pick up the bill, so we feel sorry for him, but we know they all had a great time, and it was great to meet them. And of course, we're looking forward to meeting them again and again and again. As we keep on going, what have we got over here? Marios Golf Park, and you can even play his new game, which is Marios Golf Football. There we are. So you get to kick a football into, well, into potting holes, which they've obviously dug out. Obviously, someone's ringing me. Who is it? Yeah, well, we'll phone him back in a bit, because he's a bit early to be phoning me, that's for sure. There's a guy just phoned in, and we promised to loan him a car, which we will for the week while he's here. But to be honest, to be phoning me up at 8:25 in the morning looking for a car, you're a little bit early. So we'll phone him back at about 10. There we are. Right, we're on the final stretch of this little journey, and we're driving towards Lower Kisonica. And of course, I'm going to say thanks for watching. If you like what you see, perhaps consider to hit the like, the subscribe, and come back for a little bit more of our madness. And while you're at it, well, if you want to keep the channel afloat, you want to keep us driving around making special videos for you, all you have to do is Google the magic words "Buy Me a Coffee, Marika and me," and of course we will make some special videos for you. And you can choose to buy us that coffee or 2, and you can even choose to be a superstar member at only €10 a month. Now we're working our way up into the undergrowth in downtown Kisonica. If you want a banana, there's some on the left hand side. And at the end of the day, this is how you learn your way around, by the way. Just let me die on camera as we wiggle and we waggle up in the undergrowth. And the brothers behind me were delivering a car, if you understand. And I'm thinking, do I go that way or do I go that way? Yeah, this way. Because it's like an absolute maze up in these little areas. So, I mean, if you've been here once, you sort of remember. But of course, if you've not been here for more than 6 months or 12 months, and then you have to remember what all the customers are, it can be difficult. But luckily for me, I've got a very good memory, as some people have noticed. So let's go up again, and we're heading towards the very pinnacle up there. That's where we're going. And it's a bit of a maze up there. And then behind it's even worse, because that's the old village of Kisonica, and well, you don't want to be going in there, not in any car, never mind a big car like this, because, well, it's quite small, shall we say. The roads are quite tight, and the locals like to park, well, everywhere, shall we say, with not much consideration for everyone else. Anyway, that's the rant over. We're almost coming to the end of this little video, and of course, I'm going to say thanks for watching. There's some bananas. Look at that, live banana theft in downtown Paphos. Although I'd say they're actually filling the back of the lorry. But it could have been live banana thefts in downtown Paphos. And by the way, if you feel that you want a banana or 2, well, don't worry about it. Go nick 1 or 2 or an orange or 2, and everyone will be fine. There we go. And this is now, well, Kisonica. Like I say, we're in Kisonica, oldish town village, shall we say. And it's a mix of new villas and old villas and apartment complexes. And as we start to go around this corner, well, you may start to notice it's starting to get that little bit narrower, and people don't seem to take much care when they get to junctions. They just attack them with vigour, shall we say, and then when they hit you, they go, oh, I didn't see you. Yes, that's right, because it was a blind corner, you idiot. And well, taxi drivers in and around Paphos, without trying to insult them, are a bunch of complete and utter idiots. And of course that's what that one was, a complete and utter idiot in a car. Way too big to be driving around in this area, and of course he was driving too fast, and of course they forget to stop when they get to junctions because they like to stick their nose out. And this is the #1 accident in Paphos, by the way, where people, there we go, don't look where they're going and presume that they can overtake. There we are. Now he's thinking that I'm the idiot. But there we go. There's a lot of idiots in the world, and unfortunately there's a lot of them driving in and around Paphos. Anyway, stick with us. We're almost at the end of our destination. You haven't going to put up with me for that much longer, but why not consider to buy us a coffee or two, or perhaps become a superstar member at only €10 a month. Thanks for watching, and of course I'll see you again very, very soon, somewhere in downtown Paphos, or in and around the villages of Kosonaga, and I don't know, up in the mountains. You never know where Paul might be. When that phone rings, off we go. Thanks for watching, and of course I will see you again very, very soon indeed, somewhere in downtown Paphos. This is the village of Kosonaga, by the way. Thanks for watching. See you again soon.